Hi there. Thanks for allowing me a few moments to briefly discuss the tremendous opportunities that the Camden Conference has afforded students in the state of Maine. I'm sorry that I cannot be with you in person today. I've been involved with the Camden Conference for over 2 years. I became initially intrigued because as an educator with over 16 years of experience, I was stunned by the lack of knowledge about the world that my students possessed. This is in part due to the current lack of state and local mandates for the teaching of foreign affairs. There are none. There is no state-level social studies assessment to boot. This leaves teaching about global issues such as poverty, environment, food scarcity, global security, and other relevant topics solely up to the discretion of individual teachers, who often themselves lack credible professional development opportunities. Students, teachers, and ultimately world citizens suffer with a lack of knowledge of contemporary issues and a lack of the skills required to solve them. So the Camden Conference Education Program therefore serves as a vital support system for teachers and students in Maine. The Professional Development Program enables educators to communicate and collaborate about yearly topics and how they can be best addressed in a classroom. The curriculums developed cater to individual student interest and need and result in projects of the highest caliber. Students experiencing a conference like this brings learning to life. They get to participate in a professional atmosphere, collecting information and knowledge and communicating with other students of their same age about what they're learning. This brings passion into what they do. It breeds interest in things that are outside of the United States. This passion is reflected in some of the choices of projects that they are working on this year. Stellar examples include students at Bangor High School, interviewing and collecting data from Somali refugees. They're going to use that data in a presentation that they are making at the state level later on this year. Students at Madomic Valley High School are examining the relationship between country and colonizer in an effort to better understand contemporary conflicts. Camden High School students are researching the impact of cellular technologies, microbanking, and women on business in Africa. Refugee students at Portland High School are researching the countries of their origin and U.S. policy with those countries. Edward Little students are examining child welfare in ancient Egypt and creating contemporary implementation plans using lessons from history. And finally, students at Piscataquis High School are creating original artwork to sell at a charity auction to benefit programs for African children. One of my students at Edward Little was so blown away by all of the information that she got over the weekend and by the lack of information at the same time that she has had in her own school career that it has led to her developing a resource for Maine teachers to teach about traditional African female leadership throughout history. So I could go on and on here, but I think that students often say it best. And we collected some quotes from some of the students this year, and I'd like to share just a couple with you. This year alone, I think I've learned more outside of the classroom than I had in all of my years of school prior to this point. This conference got me to thinking about how my vote matters. I need to take a deeper look at each political candidate and their approach to foreign policy. We can continue to make a difference in the world by educating ourselves and educating others. And finally, this conference reassured me that I would like to pursue a career in foreign policy. This kind of stuff is music, to educators' ears, but more so it should be music to everybody's ears. This a conference of this caliber, can result in participating world citizens, which at this point is needed. So I again thank you for the time to discuss this with you and for your consideration. Thank you.